Man, it's good to see everybody today. I want to welcome you to the Community Church of Mount Pleasant, right here in our new location here at the Mill in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. And we're excited today. In just a little while, at 10 o'clock, the CCMP Classics will meet here at the Mill. And Sunday night, we had a big thing here. And I have to admit, I was in the dark about all this birthday stuff. I was surprised and overwhelmed. There was a lot of people here Sunday night for my birthday party. And, my agenda was hijacked Sunday morning when Bryson got up and said, by the way, prayer and planning's canceled. We're having a birthday party tonight at the Mill for Pastor David. So, when Bryson said that, I guess he was one of the few that could have got away with that. And so we did have quite a party here Sunday night at the Mill. This is becoming home for us. It's been a great place, and people are having fun being here, and it's great to have this facility. And so we're thankful. God is good as far as our journey. He's brought us to this place, which is next, and it's awesome. And we're having a good time with this. Sunday was a great day. Last week was a great weekend, and Sunday morning we had Youth Sunday, and I'm just so proud of our kids. They sang, they performed, and then David Cooper, who was one of our youth leaders, gave us a great message Sunday from his heart, from the Word, and I'm just so proud of our youth leaders and our students and our student ministry. And I just want to encourage any of you out there who are parents. Perhaps you haven't yet been able to get your kids in the youth group. I encourage you to do that. I'm just really thankful for our leaders. And Sunday nights at 6 o'clock right here at the Mill. And they got a summer camp coming up, I believe in July 17 through 20. And I can't wait for our kids. I just know what an impact summer camps have had in kids' lives and youth groups. And I want to encourage you to send your kids to summer camp. We're excited about it, and just couldn't be more proud about our students here and the way God is working. And so Sunday was a great day, and I was just, again, really humbled by just the love that I sensed from our church family, and overwhelmed really with the love and just generosity, and people came out, and well-wishers and so on. It's nice to know that the flock, the body, loves you. And Mary and I and my daughter was able to come and spend time with us as a church. And so thank you for loving me and us. And I certainly, as a shepherd, want to reciprocate that love to you. So, but another big week this week. In fact, Friday and Saturday is graduation for our public schools here in Cabarrus County, and Mount Pleasant High School will graduate Friday night, and I believe others Friday afternoon and Saturday. So we just want to congratulate all of our families, really, our parents and students, for persevering and making it to this exciting time. Just real proud of all of our kids, and it's going to be a big week. Great day at church on Sunday. We're going to focus on worship. You'll hear some testimonies. Sunday's going to be a great day. I'm excited. I know you'll like it. And welcome to summer. We're in June. This is June 6th, and summer's here. And warm weather and sunshine and vacations and out of school next week, and just kids are excited. So it's going to be a great summer here at CCMP. We're not slowing down. We're not going to be crazy busy, but we're going to grow, and we're going to serve, and we're going to have a great time this summer. We're going to have a lot of fun on Sunday nights this summer. One thing coming up, though, that I'm real excited about is in a couple weeks from this Saturday, June 23rd, is the Mount Pleasant Independence Celebration, and that is when we have our parade here in Mount Pleasant. I talked to Sonia and Kayla yesterday, and they're excited about our t-shirts. We're excited about the float. The decorations are planned. The theme is planned. It's really good, as it always is. And so I want you to put that on your calendar. June 23rd. The parade is at 5 o'clock. We'll meet at 3:30 and load the parade, get the float all together. And then at 6 o'clock, after the parade, the celebration begins here in Mount Pleasant. There'll be a concert, and I just want to encourage all our people to be there in force. June 23rd is going to be a really exciting time. Let me give you a thought today. I was thinking about this, and just an interesting thought from Proverbs 11:25, and I was thinking about how generous are you? And I think, how much do you give? And I know a lot of times in life today, in the world we live in, it's not about how much you give, it's how much you get, how much you receive, how much you take, how much you win. But really, scripturally, a very wise man in Proverbs chapter 11, verse 25 said this: "The liberal soul shall be made fat." Now, this is a time when it's okay to be liberal. Now, I'm conservative. I'm a conservative person. I'm a conservative individual. I'm somewhat traditional. I play it safe a lot of times, so I'm fairly conservative. But this is the time it's okay to be liberal. It is okay. In fact, it's really good to be a liberal giver. Look at this. Proverbs 11, verse 25. "The liberal soul shall be made fat." And he's talking about being a giver. He's talking about being generous. "And he that watereth shall be watered also himself." Now, we're getting into a principle here. And I want to get over in Luke chapter 6 in a minute. But listen to this. The generous soul shall be made fat. That means in the Old Testament particularly, being fat was a good thing. Now, today, in the world we live in, it's not a good thing to be fat. I know people running around, working out, doing CrossFit and all this stuff, and no body fat, being skinny all the time, and drinking water and eating vegetables. That's all good because it's good to be healthy. But fat in the Old Testament was a good thing. It means you're blessed. It means you're successful. It means you're prosperous. And this verse says the generous soul will be made blessed, fat, abundance. So here's the deal. How to get is give. You become a generous giver. And I'm not just talking about your money. I'm talking about in everything. Let me get over here to Luke. Listen over here to Luke. Luke chapter 6, verses 37 and 38. Listen to this. Let's see here. Here we go. Listen to this. "Judge not, and ye shall not be judged." So there's a pattern. There's a principle. "Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and you shall be forgiven." So we have three things here. Two of them are negative. The first thing that the writer here, well, actually Jesus is speaking, and Jesus said, "Don't judge, and you won't be judged." So there's a negative. Don't judge. And then he says another, "Condemn not, and you will not be condemned." Don't condemn others, and you won't be condemned. And then the third thing he says is a positive. He says, "Do forgive." So don't judge, don't condemn, do forgive. If you forgive, guess what? You will be forgiven. Now, last verse, verse 38. This is where I want to go with this. Remember, I'm talking about being generous. I'm talking about being blessed and prosperous and fat, as the Old Testament says. Verse 38. "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down." Sometimes you can get something in a bowl or a box or a can, and you can just put it in, and then you can stuff it down and get more and more in there. And he says, if you give, you will be blessed with good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure," and here's the message, "with the same measure that you meet, withal it shall be measured to you again." If you become a generous person, if you are a giver, people will give to you. It'll come back to you. It's an age-old principle. And Jesus talks about the principle. Give, and you will get. Now, you don't give to receive, but the more liberal you give and the more generous, and think about this, not just your money. Give your time. Give your attention. Give your talents. Give of yourself. Don't always be getting, and don't be selfish. If you give, you will get much more in return. Your generosity will return to you multiplied times. So, I want to encourage you. The Old Testament says, be a liberal giver, and you will be made fat. You'll be blessed. You will be prosperous. The more you give, the more you get. How much and who can you give to today? Who needs your attention today? Who needs your love? Stop and give, and you will receive much more than you ever expected. I hope you'll come see us on Sunday. Can't wait. It's going to be a great weekend. God bless you. We love you here at CCMP and hope to see you soon.